Roger, back at another World Tour Finals. How do you reflect on your 2010?
I think it's been a pretty good season again. Obviously, I've won over 60, 70 matches again this season, and playing really well towards the end of the season. Started off obviously fantastic, winning down in Australia. Bit of a hiccup maybe through French and Wimbledon, but look, the second part of the season, from the clay season on, Rafa really started to dominate and played a great season, so there was not much up for grabs for many of the players, but I think overall I played another very good and solid season.
Let's reflect a little bit on Australia. How well do you feel you played in the final against Andy Murray?
Well, I think all in all, the whole Australian Open was a good one for me. I think one of the breakthrough matches for me during the tournament was actually, people forget, was the Davydenko match, because he came off winning the World Tour Finals in London, winning Doha, beating Rafa and myself back to back, and then I had him in the quarterfinals, and I was able to really come off and play a fantastic match. And from then on, I really steamrolled through Tsonga and Murray in the finals. I thought the Murray match was a really close one. Looks one-sided just because it was straight sets, but in fact it was a really hard-fought victory, very mental, very physical from start to finish, but I got to be a bit lucky and was able to come through in three.
People after Melbourne were talking in terms of you winning all 4 Grand Slams. Did you feel that that was possible?
Sure, I thought it was possible. I had years a few times where I won 3 of the 4 majors, plus I was in the finals of the other one, plus one or 2 sets away from winning all 4. So obviously I believed I had a chance, especially having won the French Open for the first time the year before. I was more confident now, knowing how it feels and what to do to win in Paris, and so I felt like I could do it. I didn't do it. It's okay. Rafa deserved it more. He was way better on clay and on grass, and that's a fact, and it's no problem.
How do you feel your game compares to those years when you were winning 3 Grand Slams?
Well, I think the schedule's different now. Before I used to play 5, 6, 7 maximum Masters 1000 tournaments. That's something I changed. I said I would like to play all the Grand Slams, all the Masters 1000s, and play fewer smaller events. I knew that was going to cut back my winning record in terms of trying to win as many tournaments as possible drastically, and it's exactly what happened. But it's what kept me at the top. I was able to bounce back. I had a strong finish in 08. I came back strong in 09 through the summer, and I was always able to win, a major a year at least, if not 2, and sometimes 3. So I think I did many things the right way. I think the last couple of years I struggled a little bit with mononucleosis, lung infection, back problems, and little things like this that just throw you back maybe just a touch. And then obviously contenders are different now. It always takes some time to figure all of those guys out. And at the top right now, I think everybody's beating everybody at the moment, I think, which is interesting. But Rafa has been able to win the bigger ones, and I think it's a very interesting time in tennis right now.
What keeps you going, Roger? What still motivates you?
Oh, many things. I have a wonderful family that doesn't mind the traveling. I have 2 wonderful kids that keep me very motivated and give me a great balance in life. As a player, having sell-out crowds, playing prime time every single match, it's a very, very nice feeling to have, and I still like to play for many more years to come, so motivation is not the issue here.
Is there a set number that you have in your mind, a set number, say, of Grand Slam titles that you'd like to win before you call it a day?
No, not at all. I don't see any number really, and any age that's going to give me the moment where I'm just going to call it quits. I think every career ends very differently, depending on health, depending on motivation. How is the traveling going at a later stage in your life? Many things are different today than they were when I came up. So it's just a matter of juggling all those things, and then at the end of the day, all of a sudden, maybe you'll feel it, you see it, or you just can't do it no more. But I have no such goals at the moment.
Do you still get nervous before matches?
On and off, yes, I do. I have some matches I get really nervous about, some other matches I barely get nervous, but that doesn't mean I care more or less about a match. It's just about the preparation. Sometimes I just feel better about some, but that doesn't then make me play the best tennis of my life. Sometimes I play the best tennis of my life when I'm really, really nervous before a match. But I'm happy I still have all those emotions, because that's really the drive I need to be able to play well.
And talk to me a little bit about this tournament, being here with the with the other top 7 players in the world. Important?
Very important, yeah. It's the 9th time I've qualified for the World Tour Finals now in a row since 2002. I've made it every year. Out of the 8 I've played, I've won 4 and been very successful at the other ones too, playing twice the semis and once a final. So this tournament has always really worked well for me, and I really was able to peak also at the very end of the season. So I really feel like obviously the 5 big tournaments have really worked out well for me over the course of my career. I love to face off with the best. I'm not shy or afraid to face off against them. I like to know where my game's at, especially going into the off-season. And then if it didn't work out, you know what to work on for next season. And if it worked out, you have incredible confidence starting next year in Australia.